What's up, guys? This is Raymond Iron by McKinney, and today I want to talk about my process when it comes to deliberate manifesting. Someone in my comment section suggested I should make a video regarding that, so here it is. So basically, I tried all kinds of techniques like the trying to think like the affirming or scripting, and then some or binaural beats, which I found was pretty interesting too. Uh, and there's speaking of binaural beats, there's one. It's called double induction. It's on someone's channel named Brian Scott, and his channel is called Reality Revolution. And what the binaural beats for in double induction is it's like he whispers in your ear, in one ear, a certain phrase, and then the other ear, same thing, but he calls it the slipstream effect, I guess. And basically, the second echo voice that goes in your ear slips through the logical mind and impresses on the subconscious mind, which is the creative mind, the one that expresses outward. And I've tried it for a while, and sometimes I think really this whole thing when you try and do binaural beats or these techniques or law of attraction techniques, some talk of there's big hype about like this 55 by 5 where you write down something 55 times for 5 days, which I still find that puts a lot of pressure on yourself. And there's this water cup, 2 cup method technique, which I find really weird, in my opinion, where you like drink water or something, and then pour water in the other cup or something, and like you presto, you jump into another reality or something like that, and which I find very gimmicky. Some of these scenes, and it just doesn't feel natural. And I think the key comes down to if it doesn't feel natural to you, don't stick with it. In my opinion. Um, so basically, from all these techniques I hear, it's basically that comes down to your assumptions or expectations that they work. And I wouldn't heavily rely on these gimmicky techniques. But one thing I do, and I do it as like a lifestyle rather than just like, oh, I hope this happens or something like that. Just kind of, this is the way I'm going to explain it. I write things down, what I want to experience. And instead of not just only writing them down, but just to actually get in that feeling state like I'm already experiencing it. Like, oh yeah, like, um, maybe a certain specific person or something. Not just like a person, but specifics, like personality wise or kind of hobbies that person wants to, that you want to experience. Just really get into that mood, that feeling. Now that doesn't mean you have to be over the moon excited, like, oh my gosh. It just means to really saturate yourself in that feeling. And I think where some people come to like affirming endlessly, it's just like you can do that, but I feel like it just creates a lot of tension and anxiety when it just doesn't feel, when you feel like you have to monitor your thoughts all the time. And maybe if it's like if you try, obviously you want to be like at work or something or around people communicating with each other, be like, hold on, I gotta affirm to myself constantly because if I don't, I'm not gonna get my manifestation. Come on, guys, that's a very unbalanced way of living, and you're really living in your head rather than your body. And as long as we're in physical bodies, we want to experience our physical life, this physical life of ours, rather than like, oh my God, I got to keep thinking these things or I'm not going to get what I want. You need to learn, it comes down to trust in yourself, to really have those thoughts and to really saturate them in your body as if you're already experiencing them. And what would it feel like? What's the feeling like to be in those moments? Like in the Bible verse, as you think from the heart, thinketh from the heart, or as he thinketh from the heart, so is he. And thinking does not mean the ego mind. It just means down here in the heart. You can thinking from the heart. How real does it feel to you? And although it may not feel real at first, if you practice inducing that feeling of what it feels like on a regular basis, not in an obsessive way, but in a playful way, it's going to become more natural to you, and the feeling's going to become more realistic to you. And really, I think this is the whole process of like, when it comes to like our thoughts and feelings and emotions are really important when they're combined. Now, another thing I do rather than like writing those things down and getting emotionally involved is I also do imaginal visions, like make them as real as possible, impress them on my deeper subconscious mind. And another thing I'm practicing right now, is I go along my day, just getting that feeling. I use the "isn't it wonderful." It doesn't make me feel anxious when I use it, but it just makes me in that feeling state. Like I don't have to worry about one single thing. When I use "isn't it wonderful," it could be a myriad of manifestations coming to me without feeling like this overwhelming anxiety in me. So really, the key of manifesting is to feel really good about yourself. Now, you may have some days where you just feel like angry or pissed off, but that's okay. Have your focus set on your end results, your dreams coming into fruition. And when I say certain things like persist, that doesn't mean to grind hard. It just means, persist just means allow yourself to keep feeling the same feeling, what you want to experience. And the more you practice this feeling state, the more you persist, not in an obsessive way, but in a very playful way. What would it feel like? We want to take deliberate manifesting as like a process of not like work or anything. Deliberate manifesting is not, it may feel like work sometimes, but really once you get the hang of how it works, it can be very playful and fun. You know, we're in a society where we just have to work hard and grind to the ground until we pass out almost. And really, we need to have an outlet of just more fun and enjoyment, and really bringing like-minded people together to really lift each other up and realize that we don't have to live as victims. We shouldn't. So it may take some discipline and effort to really control your thoughts and emotions, but once you really get the hang of it, it becomes a lifestyle. It's more fun. You can live life in a more thrifty way. And realize that your outer world, though it appears physical, it's just all imaginal based on our collective assumptions. So, just a reminder, if you feel like you're a victim to your reality, remind yourself that you're always imagining. You can't, even if you feel like, oh, might as well give up, it's not working. Well, you're imagining yourself giving up. That's a catch there. So, play with this stuff. Imagine yourself as if you're already the person you want to be. What does that feel like? What's that end result in relation to your imaginal act? We're all actors, guys. Actors and actresses in God's big grand play. We're all the symbolic, our physical selves are symbolic characters of the Bible. That's how I take it. Yeah, and you don't have to agree with me. And this is God's whole play, playing out. And I think it's a very beautiful concept, very beautiful thing once you realize this from a conscious standpoint. When you consciously manifest and to play with this stuff, it's fun. And I notice I feel like I seem to notice things more when I'm actually getting into that deeper feeling state rather than just kind of like, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. To really saturate yourself in that feeling. What would it feel like? We're all linked to this same collective mind, guys. We're all one. We're all one. Even though we appear separate from each other, we're all one with the ultimate divine source. That we are all gods and goddesses. We still may have some limitations right now, but it just comes down to really practicing to really change your mind about certain things. And it's okay if you disagree with this stuff. You don't have to agree with it. You go with your own, live the way you think life should be. Live your life how you feel it should be. But I'm here to just kind of share my experiences and messages to really open the minds of other people. And it's really beautiful. And it doesn't mean to put your life on hold, your other current things like your job or paying things off or anything like that. But to incorporate this in your life, you can make it a lot easier for yourself. And I'm still learning this stuff, guys. I'm not perfect. I'm still learning. But I'm just sharing my experiences that I've learned so far so you can apply them in your own life. So the takeaway that you should take from this is imagine yourself as a person as if you're already that person. What would it feel like to saturate yourself in that feeling as often as possible on a regular basis? I recommend daily, but yeah, it's beautiful, guys. We live in a beautiful world. Your perception is your reality. So I hope this message helps, and I bless you all, and happy manifesting.